There's an undercurrent to the Byline Times thing that is more far-reaching than people realise. There's another 2 articles that are going to come out, and these 2 articles are going to firmly target Prince William in a very direct and harsh way. Well, that's the word on the street anyway. Also, it is said that it's perfectly laying the foundation for Omid Scobie's book coming up, which is also, it is said, to be following similar themes. Now, we won't really know that until it's actually published and I can check it out, but that is the word out there, right? Now, the Byline Times article that I've already firmly rebutted, I managed to leave out a major piece of information which sort of steers the narrative about leakings and briefings, and it raises really important questions. So I'm going to share that with you right now. And it was in the book Battle of Brothers by Robert Lacey, and it was a paragraph that is so important, and I'm going to share it with you right now. In the jostling before the Sandringham Summit of January 2020, so this is when Harry and Meghan are in Canada, Los Angeles sources contacted the Sun's Emily Andrews and said that Meghan's US team was sounding out the potential for a dirty laundry interview as a negotiating tactic of last resort with the royal family. An eye-opening encounter with Oprah could put a nuclear bomb under Buckingham Palace. So let's get this in context because this is really, really important. In the Byline Times article in January 2020, they are accusing Christian Jones's boyfriend of having nefarious negotiations with Dan Wooten in order to leak and brief against Harry and Meghan and their plans for their future, and therefore Dan Wooten being able to break the story about Megxit. That is the accusation in the Byline Times. But what is not mentioned, the Sun is being contacted by people in LA, and they are making sure that the Sun knows and therefore could print the information that Meghan's representatives are already negotiating a dirty laundry interview with Oprah Winfrey. Now, that interview didn't air for 14 months. 14 months later, that interview aired. Now, some people always say, oh, well, we know she was negotiating with Oprah as far back as 2018 or, straight after the wedding, basically. No, she was negotiating an interview, but it was not a dirty laundry interview. It was supposed to be following her around for a year, showing her first year as the Duchess of Sussex, the first year of her experience in the royal family. It was supposed to be a feel-good, wonderful PR puff piece. That was all that was being negotiated back then. This is something new, and this is startling, because if that is the case, then on the stick we have blackmail that end, and we have normal family argy-bargy with pressure brought to bear on this end. So, okay, let's make blackmail 10 and normal family argy-bargy 1. And I'll leave it up to you where you're going to land on that scale. But to go into the Sandringham Summit with the threat of a dirty laundry interview with Oprah Winfrey, that's not playing fair, is it? And Byline Times doesn't even mention it. There is no counter-narrative. Now, they set themselves up that they're going to be the ones that don't have an agenda, that aren't going to have a political spin, that are going to tell it like it is, that are going to tell all facts without fear or favour. No, well, you didn't. You only told one side. And like I said, it is a very inaccurate side. Because where is this story? Where is this? Where is the fact that the palace was perfectly aware that Meghan, even months before, was sounding out places to stay in LA, was sounding out the possibility of a house purchase, was sounding out renting something. She was busy. She had boots on the ground in LA working really hard. So it seems quite ludicrous that Harry would believe that the leakings and briefings were coming from the palace. All I got to say, and this is just a personal hypothesis, was that if we were writing a horror movie, the phone would ring in a dark hallway and Harry would walk up to that phone, and when he picked it up, he would hear the words, "Harry, get out now. The call's coming from inside the house."